story starts in the land Callan, where a goblinoid power is rising in the north with contention in its wake. We follow our intrepid heroes who I have called to bring balance to the chaos. Our fearless leader, Roscoe.
So you're the leader of this group? Well, that's what they tell me.
Our lady with one body and two minds, Lila and Garatha.
There are two of us here. They're very distinct personalities, but never dull moment, never lonely. That's for sure.
Our timid Henley.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Our adventurous Fenrir.
And he's going to start making his way, but he wants to be playing a song as he goes.
And our wise Boudreaux.
Once upon a time, they'd be human, and then they turn into a scary animal, and that's why you call them where, because you don't know where the human went. But
Tomes of the Chaos Bard, an actual play D&D podcast with original songs and music. A podcast for all ages. You can find us on any major podcast platform and YouTube. I am Solemn the Chaos Bard. Come, join us as we unroll the scroll to tell the tale. Bye!
I appreciated it. You know what I'd appreciate more? Starting this campaign.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right.
With our professional note taker and recapper, Rachael.
Okay. Last episode, we started by rolling for initiative against a swarm of spiders and 2 eticaps. Mm-hmm. Because of the anti-magic field, I was reduced to using a crossbow.
I feel so bad about that.
It's fine. Everything's fine. Grey Claw, White Paw, and Lucca started bapping the spiders. Grey Claw got spun with webs, but managed to still kill one of the eticaps. Lucca killed the other, and then also shot the last of the spider swarm using a bow. Lucca cooked us a lovely dinner and played us to sleep on his yachting. Setting watch, Lucca was alarmed, I guess, by an eggy sulfuric bog smell.
Generally, it's an alarming smell to have.
It is. Grey Claw saw the stream to the east acting weird. There was a large rush and then receded. White Paw's watch was uneventful, and Tealeaf, my watch, involved an evil fuzzy yellow duckling who spewed green poison at me and dealt some damage.
You received a 2d8 worth of poison damage.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for that. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Quack, quack.
Next morning, we stumbled across a spooky house with pain sounds inside coming from a sick dwarf. Mm-hmm. And then we heard who told us about the Druid sisters.
And you were able to heal him with magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Grey Claw went inside and suddenly was able to do things. And we very specifically left White
Claw outside. Yes. And then we heard a distressed woman call from a nearby bog, and she was very beautiful.
Yeah. After you saved her.
We pulled the bog lady out of there.
Yeah. So that is where we left off.
And here we are, in a bog.
In a bog.
You've got this beautiful druid covered in mud, which she's very insistent you don't prestidigitate or clean off of her. And she's offered a hand and thank you.
Not that we could.
She's very happy. Oh my god, thank you!
You're
what
welcome.
are you doing in the forest?
We are passing through. Passing through.
Great. So I gotta get back to my house.
Young Druid, how did you get in the bog?
I tripped I don't want to talk about it. Because everyone else seems to trip in my forest, and then I tripped. And it's really embarrassing. Please don't tell anyone. Please don't tell my sisters if you see them. You haven't seen them, have you?
No, there are more of you.
Have
your sisters turned into a duck? Because it is entirely possible that, yes, we've seen them.
No, not the ducks.
Do they like to play with water?
One of them does. Yeah.
One of the sisters or one of the ducks?
One of the sisters. She's big into water sports.
Oh.
Oh no.
I like that! What you choose to do in your own time is
what she does in her own time.
Yeah, that too.
Have you come across any ducks?
One last night.
Are you okay?
It hurt.
Yeah.
It threw up at me.
Oh no.
Yes. What's with the ducks?
So I cast, me and my sisters, we cast this anti-magic field, and that was about 10 years ago. And 5 years ago, these ducks showed up, and I can't get rid of them. It's like an infestation of they're super cute, but they're everywhere. I don't know how to get rid of them. Help.
This anti-magic field is quite inconvenient. Why don't you take it down?
Well, if I took it down, then everyone would use magic and then destroy my forest, so no. I'm happy with my hut being not affected. Everything else, everyone likes to cast Fireball.
I'm sorry, we are probably not best people to help you. We need magic.
Well, what are you?
I am a paladin of Sune.
Ooh. Yeah, she's not going to help you here with ducks.
No!
What the hell? What are you doing here?
Traveling through!
Get out!
Which way is out?
Oh, it's obviously west. And she points, directly where west is.
That way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hang on.
How?
Is that the direction in which we need to leave?
Well, I don't know. You said get out.
Yes.
That's the closest out of the forest?
We're looking to head towards Neverwinter.
Oh, that's southwest.
What is the easiest way to get out of the forest southwest, then?
Going southwest. Basically. You gotta go across, a couple rocks and a stream, but it's generally just straightforward southwest. Do you need a hand, a guide? I can help you, or you can brave it?
Well, we have just saved your life, so, in return, safe passage through your domain would be appreciated.
Guided passage would also be appreciated.
Oh, absolutely. I can do that.
Can we avoid the ducks, please?
I can't guarantee that. I don't have any control over these ducks, and quite frankly, they scare me. You may need to protect me from the ducks. They make me cry.
Would that Amira was here.
Who's that?
My Drake. I had to send her away. Your anti-magic field would dissipate her. Immediately.
Well,
see, your anti-magic harms creatures more than you think.
Well, make-believe creatures.
She's not make-believe.
She can't exist in here, she's fake.
How are ducks shooting venom?
I don't know. I haven't...
That seems unnatural.
They're very unnatural. I don't know who cursed my forest to have these ducks. I wish they were gone, and I wish there was a way to get rid of them, but there's not. And if I found a way to get rid of them, I would have... I can't even catch one. And I've been spending 5 years trying to catch one. Before we go, though, I have to take care of a dwarf inside my cabin.
Don't need to.
What?
We took care of him.
Did you kill him?
No, I healed him. I am Paladin of Sune! How many times do I need to say that?
Sorry.
Oh, yes, he smirked the crap out of him.
If it's not Sylvanus, I don't really care about him.
Or kill him for.
Or kill him for. What a guy.
Let him deal with problems.
Such a god.
So he's
follow him to hell and back.
So he's okay. I suppose he'll be fine. He should be fine.
He'll be fine. He was very rude.
Oh, he was a sweetie.
No.
Oh, what'd you do?
I healed him.
Why did you make him angry?
I didn't make him angry. He was angry when I got there. I then healed him and he was still angry. He's just an angry dwarf.
I think you'll find that this is the normal adjustment period to Grey Claw.
That's fair. I suppose it's only 5 miles, so I'll be back before he gets out of bed anyway, so... Alright, let's go!
Yeah!
So, she'll lead you directly out of the forest. It'll take you 2 hours to get out. Along the way, can I get one of you guys to roll me a d6?
Sure.
While that is happening... excuse me, madame, but what is your name?
Oh, my name's Fleur.
Okay. And
Fleur.
that is a 4.
A 4, you say?
A 4.
Martin. Martin. Can I get you to roll a d6 for me, please?
Oh no.
Another one.
Another one?
Another one. 2?
A 2.
So along your travels, maybe like an hour into the journey out, there's a duck. Suddenly there's a duck.
Southern duck.
Battle stations, everyone. We have duck incursion.
Can I charge the duck?
Just hang on. Just hang on, young man. It appears, seemingly out of nowhere, just in front of you. It's not a fuzzy yellow duck like before with what Rachael saw. This one's a fully grown mallard, and its inquiring gaze penetrates the depths of your soul. You stammer and shake before you can even think about bum rushing this duck.
It's the dire duck.
And it looks at all of you in like deep, soulless glare. Can you all make me a wisdom saving throw, please?
Duck peers into my soul.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, that's bad. That's very bad.
Oh no.
That's very bad.
Martin, what'd you get?
29.
Oh my god. What did you roll?
20.
Oh lord.
And I got a +9 on my wisdom save.
Just made it. Callan?
It's an 8.
Okay.
A 9?
Interesting. And Whitepaw?
That is 18 on the die.
18 on the die, which equates to... I don't know if she's got a -1.
I am pulling up her stats now. On wisdom, that would be a 22.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, given that she's, I think,
A healer.
A healer, she should be fine. So, this duck, it looks like it's got, like, shadowy mist coming out from, like, each of its feathers, and its eyes are, like, sort of, somehow they're glowing black. It's like, you could assume it's maybe a shadow-touched duck. And you're blinded by rage, Martin, and so is Whitepaw. And you guys, like, don't really, like, you don't become affected by whatever this gaze is doing. So I'll let you act on your bum rushing in a moment. But for the rest of you, you were considered frightened of this duck. While it's in line of sight of you, for 3 minutes. Whilst you can see this duck, this, like, cold sweat just washes over the rest of you. You can't even stand the sight of this duck. But Martin, you want to rush up to this duck?
Yes.
Alright. You do reach it. You do notice that, like, no one else is following you. And everyone else is kind of, like, crept back off. You can make me a... you can attack the duck if you like.
Instead of attacking duck, can I just grab it?
Yeah. Roll me a d20. That's a strength check, isn't it?
Well,
Would
if
be
you're doing
grapple?
grapple, would be
Grapple.
an opposed grapple check.
Okay.
Opposed grapple? So duck gets to choose athletics or acrobatics. I'll just do it straight athletics. 15.
15? So I rolled a 19 on the dice.
Damn it.
So as you, like, kind of, like, go towards the duck, you like, leap out as, like, someone does tackling, and the duck kind of, like, just swishes itself to the side and, like, kind of, it almost sidesteps comically away from you, and you crash on the ground right beside it, and it looks at you.
Duck! Let me hold you.
Quack.
That duck will take the life of us!
And when you look up, Martin, at this duck, You notice in the distance there's some glowing eyes staring at you.
It's an even bigger duck.
Like in the sky?
No, in like the depths, just on the tree line. Not too far away, maybe like a couple meters. Just like a row of eyes.
A row of eyes.
There's a lot of eyes. And a cacophony of quang, quang.
Oh boy.
They stare at you.
Their fear is haunting our steps.
That's my turn. I ran up and tried to grab it.
So the duck like steps up to you while you're on the ground and like puts its webbed foot on your face. And like stares at you again. Can you make me another wisdom save?
Oh no. 15.
You're now considered frightened of this duck.
Oh,
You feel its like little talons like kind of dig into your face and its like gaze penetrates your soul.
what is the DC of this stare?
DC of 18.
Oh, what the fuck?
What do you do? You've got this duck on your face now.
Yeah, it's attached to my face now, right?
Kind of. It's kind of like just putting pressure on its webbed foot on your face. But you can easily move. It's a duck. You can toss it if you want.
Well, yeah, I was going to stand up and try and kick it away from me.
Sure, make a kick.
Like, football style.
Can you kick something you're frightened of?
You can. It's just a disadvantage. So
Yeah.
I was just looking at the frightened condition.
Yeah.
The frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of the fear is within line of sight, and you can't willingly move closer to it.
There you go.
I'm not moving closer to it.
That's
I'm
right.
going to stand up and kick.
Punt that duck. Go.
that duck.
At disadvantage.
Oh, no.
One strike, I guess.
That's what I'm thinking. Okay. Oh, God, that's not good.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I believe in you.
Oh, I don't. What the rest of you see is you see Greyclaw on the ground and then suddenly start... "Ah!" And he stands up and just tries to kick this duck as far away from him as possible.
That doesn't look good.
That's not a good look.
That's a nat 1.
Yeah.
But in your like haze of fear, you kind of like trip up and like swish your foot next to it, and just like that cold sweat that everyone else seems to be feeling, you've also got on you, and your armpits are just like soaked. And the duck just like looks up at you.
I'm just gonna... Luke is just gonna shout out to Grey. These are the mallards of fear and destruction! We must leave this place!
You're more than welcome to run away. Flora's, she also failed her check. And she has started to run in the opposite direction. But in a route that kind of like circumnavigates around the duck.
There are so many ducks. We cannot win this fight.
And all the while, the cheese is silent.
How about the dog?
The dog, I didn't actually roll for the dog. Let me just see.
Yeah.
No, it's fucking terrified as well. Its tail is between its leg.
I'm going to utilize a ability that my race has.
Mm.
So I'm going to retreat.
Yep.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a bonus action to enact what my racial feature, Gem Flight, where for the duration I gain a flying speed equal to my walking speed.
Oh, shit, alright.
And it's just these sort of like spectral gem-like sort of crystal wings just sprout from his back. And he just immediately just up and just leaves.
Yeah, absolutely, you can do that. Do you want to like take anyone with you? You're just gonna up and leave.
Well, I guess it depends on my strength. So, I mean, I've got the cheese anyway. Oh, is the dog still here?
The dog's there. He's just cowering a little bit.
I'll grab the dog.
Aw,
Just be like, "You're with me. Everyone, leave."
I did miss something on my character sheet. I actually have advantage on saves against being frightened.
Yeah, absolutely. You can re-roll that one. Or roll me another dice.
Oh, that's a bit better, but that is a 17.
You're still frightened.
Yeah.
What are you doing? We must flee.
Yeah.
Just have this dog in between my arms. flying over the kind of...
Can I do something? Can I pull the blanket out of my backpack?
Sure.
I'm going to try and just put it over the duck.
I mean, yeah, you can do that.
Very carefully and frightenedly. It's like covering a snake that I don't want to see.
You can't see me, I can't see you.
Let me see, hang on.
What are you doing? Just hear from the distance.
What are you doing? We need to get out.
You fool!
Run, you fools!
If we can't see it, we can act properly.
There's so many other ducks, though.
So I'm treating this as, like, the net. So you can just... Do you, like, gently lay it across it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, just very calmly, quietly, like, there, and just put the blanket over the duck.
So if I treat it as, like, the net, you can put it on there. And as soon as you put it on, the strength of, like, an adult man, you kind of, like, you see this beak wrap around this thing, and it tosses the blanket over itself.
Over itself.
Yeah, and just, like, flings it away and, like, looks at you again with his penetrating gaze.
Perhaps we can find another way out. Maybe if we go west and then south instead of southwest, we will...
Lucca's already gone.
He's off.
He's following the druid by air.
Yeah.
Do you wish to leave the vicinity of the duck?
Let us go. They are spooky.
I take a final look at the shadow duck and the line of green eyes, and I'm going to start enacting some tabaxi bullshit.
Mm.
I'm going to enact my feline... what is it? Feline agility.
Yep.
And I am going to move double my speed. And then I'm just going to keep running.
Can you...
Does the duck get an attack of opportunity?
Oh, no.
It hasn't attacked me yet.
No, but it did miss if it ever wanted to try. So.
Can you take me with you? I got little legs.
I got this tiny thing.
Take me with you.
As I run past, I'll just grab Tealeaf by the nape of her neck and just run.
And your speed, you whiz right past Lucca and right past Flo. You just like bolt it out.
And I've told White Paw, follow fast.
Yeah, she's jogging.
She's right behind me.
So after maybe about you feel like after the 3 minutes and without seeing the duck, you feel like your heart kind of slows down just a little bit. Not any immediate threat of another duck you can feel. And you see kind of like in the far off distance, like some tree line edge with like light coming through. And you smell not of the bog, but of like wildflowers.
Oh, it's nice.
Yeah, a very faint scent.
I think Lucca like is pretty at home in the forest and like in the grass. Like sort of knows that's either got to be a clearing or it's got to be the edge of the forest, right? Like so, as soon as like I put down the dog, and you know after a second of like gulping to catch his breath, and his wings have left him by this point. He's going to make a break for the opening in the trees.
Yep. It's probably about half a K away.
He'll just run it.
Yeah. And Flo would just be like, come back, you might come across another duck.
The shortest path out of here.
No. Oh, okay.
Is that the regular duck?
That's one of the cursed infested ones. That's gross.
Fuck this place.
No, I don't want to come with you. I don't want these ducks. Can you tell Sune to get rid of them, please?
I will pray for your forest when I am out of it.
Okay. Well, it's right over there, and then there's a monastery, and then Neverwinter's past that, so you'll be fine.
Okay.
I won't. I've got dogs. Hell.
They're your problem. Bye!
She'll watch all of you leave, unless Tealeaf, you want to stay? Help the plight of the ducks.
No.
Those ducks are too powerful.
No.
Do I get to the edge of the forest?
Yeah, and accompanying, like, right beside you is the Hellhound as well, which you named Rafik,
Yep.
if you recall.
So I guess as soon as I break out from the trees, like I just catch my breath for a second, and I'm just going to try something because hopefully we're out of the anti-magic field now. Hopefully. So I just sort of like would feel that hopefully that magical power, and I'm going to use a cantrip to cast Thaumaturgy on my voice and make it just boomingly loud.
Yep.
And he's just going to like throw his head up to the sky and just yell, Amira!
Alright.
And just let it just ring out.
Alright, we'll leave you there for a second.
Okay.
Do you guys also follow in tow?
Yeah, I will give one final glance back into the forest.
You see that tiny yellow duckling sitting on a rock. Its eyes growing green.
I don't look back.
Never look back.
These ducks, man.
But you both reached also the edge of the tree line with the cheese, with Rafik. And I'll read a little box text for you. As you stagger, drenched, drained, and arguably deranged from the depths of the accursed duck-infested woods, the clouds above you and the peaceful road ahead is bathed in a balmy golden sunlight. A few paces ahead of you stands a stone monastery, its stained glass windows glowing gaily in the streaming light. A cheery-looking human monk sits on the steps playing his harp, and a small number of bees, birds, and butterflies caper merrily around his bald head. He waves when he sees you and calls out the words of welcome. Hail there, travellers! My goodness! You look like you could use a rest and refreshments. Here, come, won't you come inside? And he waves you over. We have a bathhouse, and we have really comfortable guest quarters. You look awful. And we also have some fine home cooking. And he's shouting at you like you would in your thaumaturgy voice. His voice is unnaturally loud. Because you're a good, 300 meters away, and he can see you. Maybe 30 meters away. 300 is a bit much.
Are there any ducks?
No.
Good. Okay, then.
Won't you come over?
I walk over.
Yeah.
Did Amira...
Yeah, so when he finishes speaking, you hear that unearthly call of your drake. It flies over and lands gracefully beside you and kind of nudges the back of your head.
So just immediately, Lucca will take Amira's head in his hands and just sort of just give that little cat headbutt thing. He's so relieved to be reunited with one of his closest companions.
You can feel a delight behind his warm eyes, happy to see you.
He just sort of strokes the side of his head, I hear your thoughts. We won't be apart long again. Gives Amira one final scratch, and normally I would then take mount with her, but I will instead just sort of let her follow behind me as we approach, because I don't think I'll be on her for long, if that's the case.
Yeah, I mean, there's only 30 meters until the monastery, so...
So I'll follow Tealeaf and White and Grey.
Yeah. I'll, just for proof of concept, I'll send, a message, using message, to... Let's go Grey Claw, just be testing. testing, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Sune, is that you? Sune, you'll never talk to me this way.
Testing, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
I hear you, Lord.
Over.
That sounded
What? And you look over and you know how cats get that, wide-eyed, I can see ghosts thing?
Oh, yeah, we know that.
We're aware.
Yeah, that... You can just see Greyclaw getting that look, just looking into the distance.
I say nothing. I assume it worked, so I say nothing.
You feel White Paw's paw on your shoulder. She's also trying to hear out for Sune, but she has, a really quizzical stare. like looking at you.
Did you not hear that?
No. I don't know. I'm
Soon
speaking
as-
for white boy now.
No. So they spoke to me and said weird things.
What did she say?
Testing, and over.
What could that mean?
I don't know. Let's consult the scriptures. May we have a table, please? You said there was good food here.
Oh, you're speaking to the
Yeah.
brother. Oh, yes. We have tables. They're shaped like beehives. Isn't that good?
Marvelous! May we have one, please?
Oh, yes. By the way, my name is Brother Adrenade. You can call me Andy.
Andy!
Because I don't want to say my name all the time.
Andy!
Yes.
Can we have table, please?
Yes, come inside. Let me show you around. I'll show you our
No,
finest
just
tables.
a table. That's all we need.
They're waxed with beeswax.
Fantastic.
Come inside. And your name is, young man?
I'm Greyclaw. This is Whitepaw.
Yes. Very nice to meet you.
Isn't Whitepaw giant now as well?
She is absolutely humongous. I completely forgot. So, backtracking just a little bit. As soon as Whitepaw reaches the edge of the tree line, she suddenly just enlarges to large. She was gigantic.
Huge.
Yeah, huge. Just this enormous cat now. But this trail seems to, like, be just wide enough for her not to step on any of the wildflowers. But when she reaches down, it's just her finger that touches your shoulder,
Like the claw extends
Yeah.
out and just tap.
and her voice is booming.
You also sound like Sune.
Yes. Back to the present. You're being shown inside by Brother Andy.
Without even, like, asking, he's just going to lead a mirror inside as well.
Yeah. So...
Don't worry, it's an indoor drake. She's really an outdoor drake.
Tealeaf, do you follow?
Yes.
I'm actually going to sit outside with Whitepaw.
You don't want to go inside?
Well, if
You just
Whitepaw-
said you wanted to go
I
inside.
know, because I thought Whitepaw was regular size.
True, yeah. Do you say that to him, though? You're like,
You'd be
oh,
like,
wait, no.
I'm going to sit outside with Whitepaw. We need to...
But we have no beeswax tables outside. They're all inside.
Can I give you a silver to bring one out?
I mean, any donation's a good donation, but save that for the shop.
Okay.
We'll take a table out. We'll get our finest monks onto it.
Thank you. Then will it sit her?
Sorry?
Will it sit her?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
She is enormous.
Yes.
One might classify as huge. So he'll, like, snap his fingers and a couple monks will come out with a table in due course. And he'll invite both Tealeaf and Lucca into the monastery.
Okay. Let's go.
So inside you can see like fine stained glass windows, which it's all like shades of yellow, and like there's strips of black as well. And you can see that the glass windows have Melissae, which is a bee goddess, or nature goddess, just surrounded by like thousands of bees that have been like carefully stained glassed into this window. And there'll be like a bunch of beds and some really nice hexagon-shaped tables. And everything smells faintly of honey. And this is where my brothers sleep. We all like bees. You can see we have quilts, and they're bees decorated in them.
You know, I would never have guessed that you enjoy bees so much.
We love bees. Did you see our bees outside in the
No, I didn't.
wildflowers?
I hadn't caught it, actually.
Well, let me take you back outside then. You can see
Oh, no,
our
no,
bees.
it's okay. I can see it is now clear to me that bees are very much the theme of this place.
Oh, that's a good observation.
Yes, they say I have sharp eyes.
For whatever you are.
Dragonborn?
Not a bee, then.
Last time I checked, no.
Are there any bee-borns that you know of?
I feel like that is a very specific fetish.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I hadn't heard of any bee-born half-bee individuals. Are you trying to make a half-bee individual?
Maybe the Aarakocra enjoy bees as they are bird people.
The birds and the bees.
The
You're
birds and the
very
bees.
sharp.
I like you two. Let's talk more about bees and birds. But I need to show you around.
I wonder if we can get an Aarakocra to mate with a bee. The biggest bee you have.
That's the queen bee. You need to be a male Aarakocra.
Is she girthy?
She's quite sizable.
Is she dummy thick?
Well, she's tiny. You would need to use the enlarge spell a few times. Perhaps your giant cat friend might know of a spell.
What happened to the soup ladies? I'm just like, where are the soup ladies?
I think they're on the other side of the forest. Are they not?
In another location, the soup ladies have also entered the forest, but have been held up by 3 green ducks, all with shadows surrounding them.
Ooh.
And they're crying profusely. Back to the present. So what brings you to our monastery? Did you want some honey?
Well, really, we're just on the way to Neverwinter to deliver some cheese.
Neverwinter? You have cheese? Cheese pairs well with honey. I'd love to buy it from you.
We have a contract to deliver this to someone in Neverwinter.
Oh, what's the contract for? Perhaps we can double it.
It was like, isn't it like 5,000 gold?
That's a lot of gold for cheese. What's this cheese so special?
I don't know, but the cheese is magically inclined.
Perhaps it can imbue honey in itself?
You know what? This talk of honeyed cheese intrigues me, but we have a job that we accepted, and it would be disingenuous of us to not see this through to the end. I will have to decline your cheese honey offer.
Very well, but I would love to show you around.
Very well.
Yes.
And then, of course, you can make your way to Neverwinter. But please, our library. Books of bees.
Oh. How thrilling.
Yeah.
So he'll take you by your elbow
Okay.
in a very forceful way, and he'll put... Sorry, you being Callan. He'll take
Lucca.
Lucca by his elbow.
If he does that, Amira's going to snap at him. Just.
Cheeky horse.
I wouldn't pat her if I were you.
And then he'll
Good way to lose a hand.
he'll take his hand off your elbow, and on Tealeaf, he'll just grip your shoulder so you don't leave his immediate area. Let me show you the library. Doesn't that sound good?
Yes, could we maybe also get something to eat?
We've got...
That's not soup.
We don't have soup. Although honey is a type of soup, I suppose.
I get the feeling that it's just going to be straight honey and that's about it.
Well, look, I'll show you our library and then we'll get to the kitchens. So as he's showing you guys around, I'll show you the library. Outside, we've got mutton. We've got grey claw and white paw. White paw still being enormous.
Yeah.
And the monks that have taken out the table lay it really carefully outside of this massive statue of Millicent, and she's kind of looking over you. What would you like to do?
Well, I'm going to sit down. I'm going to pull out my my holy book, and
As soon as you take out your holy book, the cheese wheel goes onto the holy book. Cheese.
and with this, Greyclaw is going to get this epiphany type look on his face.
Oh, yeah.
And he's going to look up at Whitepaw and be like, Whitepaw, I know what the message means.
Cheese.
Our time of testing is over.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
What? Cheese.
This cheese is clearly a test sent to us by Sune, so we can now be rid of it.
White Paw will just nod, in absolute agreement. And yep.
Yeah, okay. So, clearly we must have to be rid of its contract or its ability. We need to cure it. I'm going to put my hands on either side. I'm going to take a deep look of concentration. I'm going to look at the cheese wheel. I'm going to cast Dispel Magic.
Ah, cheese it. Okay. How do you do you have a focus for that or anything like that?
It would be my my shield.
So you just have your shield down onto this cheese. Mutton.
Uh-oh.
As you cast that spell, do you have to roll to attack or?
Dispel Magic. Choose one creature, object, or magical effect within range. Any spell of 3rd level lower on the target ends. For each spell of 4th level or higher on the target, make an ability check using my spell casting ability. The DC equals 10 plus the spell's level. On a successful check, the spell ends.
Roll for me.
Roll. And my spell casting is... Seven.
Roll me a d6.
Oh.
7.
I rolled a 3 and it's got a +4.
Fair enough.
Because it's the modifier, not the full, attack.
Yeah.
5.
So, as soon as you cast this spell, you kind of see, you wouldn't normally see what color the spell magic is, but it kind of, is sort of like a black lightning, encompasses the cheese. And it kind of, comes around and, sort of gives it googly eyes. And you stare at these makeshift eyes that your spell has kind of, created on this cheese. And you stare at it, and it stares at you. You stare at it. And you feel this, this inner peace wash over you. And, before you can, any words come out of your mouth, you feel your lips just moving on their own, and you're praising the beauty of this cheese. Just poetry just spills through your lips, you're trying to seduce it with words. And you can't help but admire the waxed ceiling on this cheese. Just the beauty of the yellow that this cheese is. Maybe how soft the outer coating is. It's amazing. You almost want to lean in. Give it a kiss.
Is this going to end up with Gray?
Wait a minute. No, I'm all for this. I'm with Sune. Let's do this.
And you're when you
It's just like a yeast infection.
And you lean in, you're coming in for this kiss, and you feel tears roll down your cheeks. You're overcome with so much emotion. Just how beautiful and sexy this cheese is.
I'm all for this.
And you make out with it.
Yep.
And all the while, White Paw is just looking down at you. She doesn't know what to do. It's is this a sign from Sune? She's also feeling a bit overwhelmed by this as well, but not nearly to the passionate extent that you're feeling. Just make out with this cheese.
No, I sit there and do that.
And the cheese just, makes absurd noises. I'm not going to make
Just for a little bit of clarification, does the cheese now look like a cheese flump?
No, it's just cheese.
With
nothing's
two
changed.
eyes?
The eyes, when you come in for that kiss, they look like they're closing, and then the magic just disappears. But you're still
licking,
you're still licking the hell out. You're still given a passionate fondle of the underside of this cheese, and
We're gonna have
really going to town on making out with this cheese.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to sell this cheese. The other end is slightly used.
Slightly used. Not by the time Martin's finished with it.
Oh no.
Okay.
Yeah. It's tears.
Yep.
It's beautiful. White Paw does nothing.
Cool.
Back to the library. You've met up with a sister that is the librarian. She shows you these numerous tomes about wildflowers and bees and beekeepery, whatever that's called, apiaries and stuff.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm more just too distracted about the cheese makeout scene. Hang on. Let me get back to bees.
Bees!
Go, continue, sorry.
Okay. There's also a book that's done by Dr. Bees. It's shaped like a briefcase, and you're hesitant to open it.
Well, it's only logical to keep that one closed.
And you're being ushered outside. He's like, I'll show you the kitchen. You're obviously famished from all those ducks in that forest, and you look terrible. Maybe we can wash you afterwards. He takes you outside, and you see, and you didn't really appreciate the beauty of it, but the whole entire monastery for acres and acres, just wildflowers and those kind of beehives shaped like conical. I don't know. It's 3 tiers, and they're I forget what they're called. but it's a particular type of beehive that like looks like a triangle, but it's like all plump. And just millions of bees. You're just like amazed that you weren't stung by them at all. And then you round the corner out from the library back to the front. You see the giant statue of Melissae, and you see the huge white paw. And then you see an odd scene of this cheese that you've become well acquainted to in a passionate
Lovemaking
session
with a cat.
Wait, how deep are we going in this?
We're talking like taking off armor at this point.
Oh god.
Like you see some fluffy chest hair going on. And just
who's on top?
Is Grey Claw a top or a bottom?
Oh, it's top.
Top, alright.
Is the brother still here?
Yeah. And he's stopped. He's like, what on earth is happening?
I'll look at this scene and just sort of the voice catches in his Lucca's throat, just like, turn to the brother's like, is that offer still on the table to buy the cheese at this point?
Not for $5,000. It looks very well used now. This reminds me of Bala the Lasago and the honey. Never mind. Is that normal for your cat friend?
No. Hey, Grey Claw.
You can't hear them. It's not the cheese, so it means nothing.
White Paw, can you separate those two, please?
It's what Sune would want.
How much are you willing to buy the cheese for?
You'd have to pay me.
I'm just like making the mental calculation in my head.
Should we slap him out of it? I don't know. Do you want to see the kitchen? I feel we shouldn't be watching.
It does.
Amira, drag him off the cheese. And I'll try and get Amira to walk over and like just bite down on whatever's like remaining of your clothes and just sort of like drag you away from it.
Roll me a d20.
What have you done?
I'm a nimble cat.
It's a 9.
9. That's enough. I gave it a really low.
Okay.
So when Amira comes over, she tries to get some of your cloak, but she also managed to pinch a bit of your arm, and it's enough to like rouse you out of this like passionate session, and you like come to. You shake yourself out of it, but you find that like your drool is just like all over the cheese front and a bit on top.
Blessings of Sune.
I feel violated. But this was very sexy.
Good. You're a sexy cheese. And I put it on the table, and I start putting my arm back on.
Call me.
Huh?
Oh no!
Only if you answer back.
Anything for you, baby.
The cheese's voice is different now. It's now a man.
It's more Helen Mirren husky.
Yeah. If it had a cigarette, it would be blowing out from it.
I shall carry the cheese from now on.
No, in fact, someone else really needs to... Actually, you know what? Yes, carry that cheese. I don't want to touch it anymore.
Okay. Come here, cheese.
Could you keep it in your pants? At the very least. We still have to sell that cheese.
Sune works in mysterious ways, and when Sune's blessing comes to, you just...
Listen, I know there's holes in the cheese, but you're not supposed to use them. Just try not to have sex with the cheese, please. Please?
Have you heard about the birds and the cheese?
I'm begging you.
How about the bees and the cheese? Oh.
You have this cheese that's now infatuated with you.
I will carry the cheese with me.
You now have a lustful cheese in your arms.
I'm now going to make sure I'm at all times just probably 10 feet away from Grey Claw.
Well, as you do that, you're you feel like this hand on your lower back, and it's brother Andy's like, shall we go to the kitchen?
Anywhere but here, yes, please.
Okay, well, Sir Cat.
Yes?
Please don't make out with any more of the food, please.
When your god tells you to do things, you need to do them.
Okay.
But before we do continue, 1 second. White Paw, are you able to end gigantism?
She's like, no.
Okay. I cast Dispel Magic.
On her?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's only a 3rd level spell. Yeah, so White Paw does like shrink down to her normal size. I had a good view up there. So as you make your way towards the kitchen, you notice that like everything is covered in wildflowers and bees, except for the kitchen. There's a patch, like just a ring around the kitchen, just of dead grass, and you're like, there's nothing growing there, and it looks like the earth's been salted. Like on purpose, nothing grows there. And like further beyond, you see this grey building that looks like a bee butt, and its stinger coming out, and carved into the butt is like a staircase going downwards, and like a tiny sign out front, which you're a bit too far away to read. But it looks a bit weird. Like there's two. You see this bee butt, like looks like a bee's like stuck into the ground, and like 2 legs just like in the air.
What is with Behiney Cave?
Behiney Cave?
Yeah.
Oh, over there. That's our catacombs. That's where our dead are stored. Yeah, please don't go in there. I'm worried for you.
You know what?
Are they made of cheese? Or, sorry, bees?
Each monk that passes away is buried with their favorite bees. And the bees make honey out of their corpses. We don't sell that honey, though.
Oh. Sounds like a sticky encounter.
Yes, you could say that.
Okay.
But here's the kitchen! Brother Lasaglo lives there, and he makes the best sandwiches.
I'm going to assume this is honey sandwiches.
Yes! With a bit of ham.
No ham on mine, please.
Oh, tell Lasaglo that.
Lasaglo, no ham.
Well, you go into the kitchen. And
Lasaglo! No ham! Leave the ham to the side.
×3!
Actually, I'll take the ham for a mirror. Just the ham for a mirror.
Do you want to shout as well, Rachel? Like...
Can I have a sandwich with honey and peanut butter and banana, please?
So you enter the kitchen.
Ham! Lasaglo!
You see this tiefling of advanced years. His horns look a bit drooped. His purplish skin looks like it's been like dipped in pollen a bit too much, so there's like a golden kind of like yellowy sheen to it. And he is taking his sweet ass time to make something in a mortar and pestle, but you see like there's just scraps around it, like he's just missed the bowl too many times, and he's reaching in for a bay leaf, and he looks up. Oh, hello. Was it ham that you wanted?
Ham on the side for me. That'll be for a mirror.
Okay. And banana?
And peanut butter, please.
I can't afford banana. I can give you extra honey.
And peanut butter?
No, with essence of extra potassium.
I'll take.
It's a special spell, I know. No one else knows it. Don't tell anyone. You wanted something else as well, young man?
No, we're fine.
I think he's full. He's eaten already, if you know what I mean.
I don't know what you mean.
Don't question it.
I won't. Well,
I put my cheese wheel on the table.
Euphemism.
It's all slimy and gross.
I'm gonna clean it up. I'm gonna ask him for a wash rag.
Funnily enough, he quickly grabs one, like, it's a natural reaction. And there's also some open honey behind him as well. But he offers you this clean washcloth.
I take it. Is it clean?
Sticky?
There's a bit of honey residue on it, but that's about it.
Oh, that's fine. I start wiping down the cheese wheel.
Can I roll perception to notice this open jar of honey and where he pulled this rag from?
Sure. Go ahead.
Perception is an 11.
11. The honey is of a lighter colour than the rest of the honey jars. But this cloth looks fine. Like, it just looks like it was with all the other cloths. Don't think about it. So anyway, Brother Andy leaves, and he says, "Don't forget, when you've had your dinner and your sandwiches, go visit the shop, and then you'll be on your way to Neverwinter. But if you want to stop by, I can show you the rest of our monastery. There's plenty more bees I want to show you. My favorite bee is Lysandre. He's a Spanish bee from Earth. An extra-dimensional bee. Well, cheerio!" And he'll leave. And you turn...
Goodbye.
And Lysaglo will, slowly wave. It's like, "These might take me an hour to make. You don't mind waiting outside, do you?"
Of course. Remember, hand to the side.
So, so he invites you to sit outside. There's actually, a parasol table with some chairs on it that are also hexagon-shaped.
I see.
And the parasol looks like a giant bumblebee.
Tia, I think we've been told to wait outside. I'll see you out there.
Yeah, I'll go out as well.
Yep. Sit outside. There's a bunch of bees on the table, just with another smaller table.
I'll ask the bees, maybe sit here at the larger table, not at their table, obviously. Maybe sit here?
Can you speak bee?
No.
I could telepathically communicate with the bees.
I'm just trying to be
They need to
polite.
understand the language.
No.
I can speak Abyssal, Draconic, and Halfling.
Funnily enough, these bees don't speak any of those languages.
How about Common?
No, they're just bees.
Okay.
They're on break.
They're on Smoko.
Yeah.
I'm
Just sitting there with their pollen cups.
so I'm going to go sit down next to T, who's... I think it's staring intently at the bees.
Maybe
at
sit
this
here?
point.
Are you talking to them out loud?
Yeah.
They completely ignore you.
Is there another table that is not occupied by bees?
No, this is the only table. They're not taking up much of the table.
Yeah, I know. It's just I don't want to intrude.
It's very polite of you.
I'll take a seat, though, and if they try to shoo me away, I'll probably try and do so. But otherwise, if they just let me be, I'll sit.
Oh, they'll let you be.
When I sit down, I'm just going to take the saddle out of my bags and then start resaddling a mirror.
Yep. Bees are unaffected by your presence, and you see tiny mugs in their hand, taking a sip out of nectar.
Interesting.
While everyone's sitting down, seeming to be a bit peaceful, I'm going to lean into Whitepaw. I'm like, Whitepaw, would the honey in these catacombs not be an appropriate gift for Sune? It is the most desirable honey. Beautiful in nature.
You think it's beautiful?
I think it would be.
Forbidden
This
honey.
would be... It would be one of a kind. This is what Sune would want, I think.
I believe you, brother. She'll give you a little knowing nod.
We're going for a walk.
Yes, walk.
And you see us just beeline straight into the catacombs.
Right between the bee legs.
Just before, just don't lock the door, young man.
I rolled a 6 to stealth in on that conversation.
You kind of put your fingers behind your ear. Not really stealthily. You hear everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not really stealthy about it, but you definitely heard it.
Forbidden honey, you say? I'm always one to go into spooky business.
Spooky. This is beautiful business. But
we'll find out.
Going for a walk. We will...
Somewhere private!
Be back. I'm just going with my cheese and priest.
Love making! Cheese making!
Wait, are you going to get married to the cheese?
Don't answer that. Let's go.
And that's just when he's in the middle of strapping a saddle. It's wait, are you going to get married to the cheese? He turns around and you're already running towards. And he just goes, oh shit! And he's going to jump onto the saddle because Amira is faster than he is on foot. And I'm just going to take off after them.
Yeah, I'm running after.
Right.
You'll need witnesses!
I'll grab Tealeaf along the way, scoop her up. Just put her in the saddle in front of me. Because you're like, what's your movement, like 25 feet?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, on Amira I've got 40-foot movement.
Yeah. I don't agree with this union, but I'll be support.
Oh, God.
I'll love you no matter what, son.
I won't. It's weird.
Well, that weirdness will have to continue on in the next episode because it's getting a bit too weird at the moment. So, yeah, we'll see you next week.
Yeah, it's gotten very weird.